again, it just tells the story of it's the evil and the ugliness of people's hearts these days is everywhere.
This is Franky Rose's Think Tank. Here's your host, Franky Rose.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Think Tank. So the former TikToker, Ali Abulaban, I don't know how to say this name, go figure. So he has been found guilty of deleting his wife, Anna, and her friend, Rayburn Barron, back in 2021. So we do have the verdict here. So I thought maybe we'll take a look at this. I don't know how many of you have been following this. There's so much going on. But for you guys that have missed this, we got it right here. Let's go.
Guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree.
A courtroom erupts into cheers when a former TikTok star is convicted of a gruesome double murder. It took a little more than a day of deliberations for a San Diego jury to find Ali Abulaban guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder for the 2021 shooting deaths of his estranged wife, Anna, and her friend, Rayburn Barron. So how did this once seemingly rising social media content creator...
Okay, what can I get you? Hey, handsome. You come? Sorry, man. I'll have a venti dolce caramel macchiato with no ice. What the is wrong with this guy, man? Get him no one.
End up with 2 murder convictions. Prosecutors say his online persona was nothing compared to his real life. Ali Abulaban, who was known on his social media platforms by the username GenKid, was jealous, controlling, and abusive to his wife Anna, who
He did a pretty good Tony Montana there, didn't he?
Was estranged from at the time, to the point he left her threatening voicemails.
So your little girlfriends wish they had a guy like me. They wish they had a guy like me. They don't even have fathers for their kids. Even Julia said, "You're such a good person to my daughter." I am the best man you ever met. You're the dumbest I ever devoted my life to. You are the dumbest. I wish we never had a kid together because of how stupid you are. You put Julia and her kid before our own daughter. You put Claire. You put everybody. You put that tranny before our own daughter. You put her before your husband. You are so retarded. You are so retarded. You dumb. You're choosing sides with people who don't give two about you. They will not be there for you. Enjoy your little whore boyfriends. Enjoy your little JD Wyman. Enjoy your little exes. Oh, you're my woman. I brought you to this country.
Whoa, temper much? Holy crap.
You should be kissing my feet. Ungrateful. Who the do you think you are? I'm a god. I'm a sexy. I'm a internet celebrity. You think you have the right to deny me sex for a month? Why the do I need you? You never give me an orgasm. Every time I skinny ass looks disgusting anyways. Your tattoos retarded. I hate looking at those damn demons on your back. How retarded are you to get those tattoos? I hate the tree on your stomach. All of that. And I want you to think of me every time you see that scar on your stomach.
At the time of the murders, Ali and Anna were separated. Ali was living in a hotel about 15 minutes away from his once shared luxury high-rise apartment with Anna, so he decided to install a listening app into their daughter's iPad and hopes to catch his estranged wife with another man.
So the morning of the murders, October 21st, he puts this plan into action. At 8:40, Anna took Amir to school. You'll see all of this on surveillance video. 9:12 a.m., the defendant came to the Spire complex. He entered through the lobby of one of the buildings. He went up to the 35th floor and he used his key card that he had copied, that he didn't return when he moved out, like he had said. He kept it to spy on his wife. So he enters the apartment and Anna's not there. And the defendant's pissed. He calls her, he messages her. Where are you? You're not home. You're cheating on me. She's not with him anymore. She can do whatever she wants. She was moving on. But he wouldn't let her. So what does he do? He trashes the apartment. He throws a pumpkin on the ground. He throws flowers on the ground. He takes Anna's clothing and throws it down the trash chute. Throws clothing all over the office. And he records this on his phone. Right? Then he leaves the apartment. He engages in a conversation with Anna, which you'll hear. Where are you? Where are you? You're cheating on me. Again, still trying to control her, even though she had left him. He left the building around 9:50. And at 2 o'clock, Anna and Ray came back to the apartment. They were sitting on a couch, they were drinking wine and talking. And Anna saw the trashed apartment, took some pictures, sent it to her friend Julia. And the defendant, before he left, put that Discord application on his daughter's iPad. And he put the iPad on a charger behind the master bed in the bedroom. So it was hiding, so Anna couldn't see it. The defendant put a Discord.
Whoa. I mean, this guy isn't too dangerous. What the hell? And it sounds like he was fairly popular on TikTok.
Application on his cell phone so that he could hear live conversations from the apartment. So the defendant heard Anna with another man. Oh, now I finally caught her. And what does he do? He gets into his car, into his black Jeep, and he drives to the Spire complex with a loaded gun and over 100 rounds of ammunition.
After the murders, Ali took a photo of Anna and Rayburn Barron's lifeless bodies, even sending the gruesome photo to his mother. She would later testify for the defense in her oldest son's trial, telling the jury she immediately deleted the photo.
In the months leading up to the incident, at some point you are aware that, or were you aware that Anna was maybe staying with friends? They were kind of in and out of the apartment?
Yes.
And then on October 21st, you received a phone call from Ali, is that right?
Yes.
And he called you after the shooting happened, is that correct?
Yes.
Do you recall talking to him on the phone?
I just recall saying, that's not funny. That's not funny, Holly. Don't say that. That's not funny. And then I received the picture. I looked and I deleted it right away. And I hung up the phone and I literally fell on the ground.
When you say you were telling him that's not funny, was that in response to him telling you what had happened?
Yeah, before he sent the picture.
When you say the picture, are you referring to a photo of Anna and Rayburn Barron on the couch?
Yes. I immediately deleted it.
After you were on the phone with Ali when he told you what had happened, did you talk to him again after he sent you the picture?
I only recall telling him, where's Amira? Where's Amira? Please leave Amira at school. Don't pick her up, because I was afraid if he picked her up, he would drive crazy and something would happen. And I believe he said, no, Mom, I called the cops on myself. So I'm gonna, he called the cops on himself. So I guess he was gonna wait at the school until they got him. I don't recall. It was just, yeah, it was terrible. My main concern was my grandbaby. Where's my grandbaby?
At some point, do you recall exchanging text messages with Ali about maybe meeting somewhere to pick Amira up or collect Amira from Ali?
Probably. Yes, maybe.
And then eventually you came to San Diego. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you drove here from Las Vegas?
Yes.
The same day, October 21st?
Yes.
When you got to you went to the police station?
Yes, it was dark, closed. I don't know what, we were trying to find a way in. There was no way in. It was just a dark police station.
On the whole drive, after having this conversation with Ali, trying to figure out where Amira was, what was going to happen with her, and then driving from Las Vegas to here and arriving at the police station, can you tell us sort of what was going on in your mind? Objection, relevance. Go ahead, you can answer.
What was, I was in disbelief. I was like, is this real? Is this a nightmare? I mean, one time I was like hitting myself and crying. I'm like, what's happening here? And I was hysterical, but where's Amira? Is Amira by herself? Is she afraid? Are they going to take her? I mean, she's a child. So a million things were going through my head. I just want to get to Amira. That's all.
And things got tense during her testimony while she was under cross-examination by the state.
But you were at least aware that, or you believe that the defendant was telling you the truth, that he shot and killed Anna because you told him, get her help, right?
Honestly, I don't remember. If you have the recording, I'll hear it, but I don't remember.
I do. Will that help you?
And I probably did, but I don't remember. I believed him when he sent me the picture.
Okay.
That's when I believed it, and I deleted it right away. I didn't want to see that.
So, yeah, you got the photograph at like 3:09 p.m., right? So a couple minutes after that phone call?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when you got the photograph, you knew that the defendant was...
I probably did say get her help. I probably did. I mean, like I said, it was all a shock.
Now, you didn't yourself call 911 to report what the defendant told you, right?
No, because he said he already called.
Okay, but you didn't make the call yourself, right?
No.
And after this phone call with the defendant, he called you a couple more times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before he was arrested?
I believe so, yes.
It's
either call or text.
You engaged in multiple phone conversations with the defendant, right? While he was in the car picking up Amira and while she was in the car, right?
While Amira was in the car?
Correct.
No, I didn't know Amira. I didn't hear Amira was in the car until my ex called me and said they picked him up and Amira's in the car. I believe Amira wasn't in the car.
Well, you had a couple of phone conversations with the defendant after that first call at 3:02.
Right. Yes.
You had a couple more.
Yes.
Where you were both discussing the pickup of Amira, right?
I believe I told him, don't pick her up, leave her there. Because I didn't want him to pick her up and drive crazy and something will happen to them.
You were aware, though, based on the text messages that he sent you, that he was picking Amira up and he had her with him, right?
Yes, and I told him to just leave her there. I'll grab her.
Right. But he told you, no, I'm picking her up.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And then he told you that he had her in the car, right?
No, he said, Mom, Amira's with me in the car and the cops are here. They're taking me.
Right.
That's it.
Right, but you engaged in multiple text messages.
Yes,
right?
I believe so.
With the defendant.
I believe so.
So you're starting to drive down from Las Vegas, right?
Uh-huh.
And the defendant is telling you, asking you like where he should meet you with Amira, right?
No, the last call I got is when the cops are right there.
I'm talking about text messages.
Uh-huh.
You engaged in, there was a series of text messages between you and the defendant.
Yeah, while I was still in my apartment. I didn't leave yet.
Right. That was in the 3 o'clock range before he was arrested.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And the defendant told you that he can't hide with Amira forever, right?
No, he's never said he was going to hide. No way.
Okay.
Okay, maybe he did. I don't recall that. He called the cops on himself.
But what I'm asking you is the text messages, and
I don't remember. That was almost 3 years ago. Show me. I don't remember. I don't remember. It was. That's fine. I don't have a problem looking at it. I don't remember.
Oh, the binder's over there.
He never said he was going to hide.
Section, non-responsive.
It blows me away how people can have these two different sides. One side, I don't know if it's the false face, but the one that we will see versus the one that's behind closed doors that very few see. It's always intrigued me how both of these can be wrapped up into one person.
Come on. Sorry, Your Honor. How is he going to hide when he called the cops on himself?
So you recognize these as text messages sent between you and the defendant on October 21st, 2021, right?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. And the defendant specifically told you when you were arranging a place to meet, Mom, that's going to take too long. I can't hide with a mirror forever, right? He told you that?
It's there, yes.
Okay. And then you continued to discuss a meeting place, and the defendant text messaged you, why can't I drive to you? I want to leave, right? He said that, correct?
Yes, yes,
And then you said, meet us somewhere in LA. It's 3.5 hours from us,
yes.
correct? Okay. And then you continued having a conversation with the defendant over text message until he stopped responding, right?
Yes.
Ali's trial lasted nearly a month, and the last witness called to testify in his defense would be Ali himself. While on the stand, he admitted to spying on Anna, saying he became jealous and paranoid and went to her apartment with a gun and trashed the place in a drug-fueled rage.
So the way that video ends, like you said, with your voice being very ramped up and agitated, that's what led into the throwing away of her belongings and damaging the apartment.
Right. At that point, I had been, like I said, I was set off. I was triggered. I was explosive. At that point, I'm just acting on impulse and rummaging, and I'm throwing away her shoes. I'm throwing away her bikinis and stuff like that.
After that, did you at some point calm down?
I did. So what happened was I started to feel severe exhaustion. I felt so completely drained mentally and physically. I didn't know what to do at this point. I'm like, okay, I think she's cheating on me. Should I stay and wait and see if maybe she'll come in with the guy, or no, I'm too tired for that.
So what do you guys think? They were separated. She was trying to have her own life, start fresh. Is this still cheating? I'd like to know your opinion. If they had split up because the divorce wasn't final, does that make a difference? Or the fact that they were split up, does that just mean they are both free to date?
I need to go to sleep. I have to go to sleep. I have not slept. So that's what I decided, that I'm going to go back to the hotel. But I also realized that, you know what, this moment is the most that I felt that that my suspicions are actually real. I thought about Discord, which is a platform. Do you want me to describe that platform, or just keep going to what happened?
I'll ask you a question about it. It's
Okay.
a platform that can be used to live stream something happening, right?
It's a community server for like people to join a community on things that they like, and they can make voice chats and voice channels, and they can stream video games or stream their computer.
So he was streaming her to Discord? Wow.
It's like a chat room with voice and audio.
And this was something that was already downloaded back in 2018 on your daughter's iPad.
Correct. And on my phone and on my computer, because I managed a community of 2,000 members for the Gen Kid community.
And so when you said you saw your daughter's iPad and then had the idea in the moment of trying to catch what was happening, what did you do?
I opened up the Discord app on my daughter's iPad. That was a separate account. So I had him join the open voice channel. It wasn't a call. It's not something you can hang up. It's just a voice chat channel. And any user who hops into this voice chat channel, by default, their microphone is turned on unless you hit the mute button. So it's just for places for people, as many as they want to communicate. So the iPad joined in the channel, and then I joined it with my phone. I heard that they were making fun of me. He was like, "Did Ali make this mess?" I didn't know who he was. He's like, "Did Ali make this mess?" She says, "Yeah," and he bought me these flowers. Let me just tell you, when you hear your wife talk about you to an undisclosed man, that's painful. And this is while I'm driving 90 miles an hour, already like freaking out. But then what happened was the voices stopped. Suddenly there was silence. And I'm like, what? Why don't I hear anything? Why'd they stop talking? Next, I start hearing R&B music playing.
Let me stop you there. As you were driving over there, you were texting with this friend, Sammy, who you had planned to go and see later that same day. Is that right?
Yeah, I texted him that there's a man in my house.
And you told him not to contact Anna. Do you remember telling him that?
Yes.
Why did you tell him that?
I had asked him to intervene at one point between me and Anna to see if maybe he could be the middleman of reconciling us. So I know he had her number. My intention was, when I had told him that there's a man in my house, I was concerned that he was going to tell Anna, thus giving her a heads up, and then she was just going to have the guy leave.
This is creepy as hell, you guys. He is streaming her to Discord. Unreal. So this guy, he also had, how many did he say? A fairly large Discord group, opened up a channel, a talk channel, like our chit chat channel that we have in Discord, but he opened this and started streaming what his wife was doing. Oh, this guy's twisted.
So then I would be at square one again.
You had your gun on you the whole time, but the
Yes.
first time you ran, and then the second time you came back.
Yes.
We saw on the surveillance footage that you seemed to be like adjusting your belt or your pants or something. What was going on there?
So this had been the first time that I'd ever carried concealed in a full sprint, meaning I'm running. I had never run with my gun on me before, so I did not know that the weight of the gun was yanking my pants. And I was concerned that it was going to fall out and somebody was going to see it. So in that moment, I was just adjusting, tightening my belt to better secure it.
Okay. You use the security key or the key card to go inside the gated area of the complex, and then you took the elevator up. Do you remember that?
Correct.
At this time, are you starting to feel the effects of those 4 bumps that you did before you left your hotel?
And the ones that I did while I was driving too.
Okay, so let me ask you that. So in addition to doing the ones in the car, in the hotel, did you also use in the car?
Yeah, I was not even taking bumps at that point. I was just taking the bag and literally double nostriling it. Like I was freaking out, and this is probably the most coke I've ever done in a single moment.
He testified he felt betrayed by Anna after he heard she was in their once shared apartment with someone who wasn't him, not once denying he was his wife and Rayburn Barron's killer.
When you got off the elevator, what happened next?
As you can see, I was in a hurry to get in there. I didn't even wait for the door to open. I was running. I used my key card. The only thing I had in my hand was my key card. I opened the door. I barged in. I was immediately startled. I stopped right in my tracks like a deer in the headlights. They weren't in the bedroom. They weren't having sex. They're right there, cuddling on the couch.
Did they recognize or see you?
Well, at first, I saw Anna. I couldn't see who the man was because she was kind of leaning forward a little bit.
This has kind of got O.J. Simpson vibes, in my opinion. Remember how he was lurking through the window so he could watch Nicole? This is like total OJ vibes.
See who's at the front door. So I see Anna, and then the man leans his head forward. He leans his head forward. His eyebrow is arched. I immediately identify him as Ray, and he goes like what's up?
And for the record, you're moving your head and your chin sort of up.
Yeah.
In emotion.
Yes, nodding up.
You stated that kind of in the way of saying what's up. Did he say what's up?
No, he did his usual, like, what's up?
What happened next?
And I hear Anna scream.
Yeah, there's no tears. Literally, there is no tears.
He didn't remember taking the sickening photo of Anna and Rayburn's lifeless bodies on the couch. As he testified, he was in disbelief after the murders. When it came time for the tense and oftentimes heated cross-examination, at one point the judge had to calm both sides down.
You would try to make sure that no one saw you hurting her, right?
I did not actively try to hide anything.
And that's why you killed her and Ray inside the apartment where no one would see, right?
That's why?
So no one would see what you were doing.
That is where they were located. That is not something that
So he gets a little bit zesty here. You know how it goes when you have done something wrong and someone's pointing it out to you? Well, imagine that from a narcissist's brain.
had any say in.
You didn't have a say in killing Anna and Ray?
No. I'm talking about the location. Because you just asked me if I plan to kill them in the privacy of the home as if I'm hiding it.
But no one would see you.
That's what you said.
Right. You didn't plan on getting caught, right?
I didn't plan on this happening.
Anna saw you slap your mom, right?
She did not see that.
You had it, and I can't ask her, right?
That's not fair.
Because you killed her.
That's not fair.
I'm asking.
That's so inappropriate. That's so inappropriate.
All right. First of all,
Oh, yeah.
I'll sustain the objections. I'll sustain that as argumentative. And everybody, question, answer. All right, that's how we proceed.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Next question.
You and Anna had a conversation about the fact that you slapped your mom because she was having an affair, right?
I shoved her.
Or you shoved your mom.
I did.
So you didn't slap her, you shoved her.
No, I shoved her.
Because you were mad at her for cheating on your dad, essentially, right?
She admitted in a very vulgar way in front of my dad that yes. So yes.
You were mad at her, right? Because you don't like when someone is cheated on, right?
That's correct.
And you left her many, many audio messages in October, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mean ones,
Yeah.
right? I played a few of those in court.
Yes.
You constantly called her a bitch, a dumbass.
Yes.
You did that on multiple different dates, right?
In this month?
In October, correct?
Yeah. This was a very volatile month.
Right. You didn't make all those recordings.
Like, what the hell? You don't be touching the mother. On top of the fact you don't, because she's the mother, you don't, she's a girl. And now if you're going to treat your mother like that, how are you going to treat your bride?
On October 15th, right? There were many different dates.
Well, a lot of the ones you played were actually on the same day.
But you made a lot more recordings than that, right?
Sure.
Correct.
For different instances, yes.
And you specifically said on one of those recordings that Anna has not had sex with you in a month, right?
Okay.
So you had not had sex with her in a month, right?
Okay.
September 21st was the last time you had sex, right?
Okay.
Right?
I could be. I remember. I don't remember when the wedding was, but she did have sex with me that night.
But you're telling us that Anna would come to your house in the middle of the night in October to have sex with you, and that is a lie, right?
No, that was.
Overruled. You can answer the question. Go ahead.
I had mentioned that as one time that happened, but I wasn't exactly sure when in October. But she did frequently show up to the house to do various things.
But you're testifying to that, but there's no evidence of it, right?
It was just like you asked me questions that there's no evidence to, like me using racial slurs and
So if Anna was having sex with you in October, why would you leave her messages that she wasn't having sex with you for a month?
Well, in that time frame, I had a habit of exaggerating time frames. I wasn't keeping track of time frames. Like I would say to like persist. I haven't seen my wife in 3 weeks. It could have just been a couple days. It could have just been a week. But the impact was the same.
You were telling her multiple times in those audio messages that you're not having sex with me. Why do I need you, right?
Right.
So she wasn't having sex with you, right?
Right.
Okay. So when you're trying to tell everyone that she's coming back to you to have sex in the middle of the night, that's not true, is it?
I was referring to one night, and that is true.
During his second day under cross-examination, the prosecution hammered Ali about his previous harassment toward his wife.
You would tell her that she could.
So again, if he can treat his mother like this, I can just imagine how he's going to treat the wife. Just disgusting. Are any of you guys familiar with him from TikTok? I don't usually watch TikTok, so I have no idea even what his content was about, to be honest.
Could not go out with other people without you, correct?
No, that's not true.
You actually always had to be with her going out, right?
That's not true. I worked a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. What do you think she was doing at those times? She was out at the gym with her girlfriends, going to get her nails done, going to lunch, taking the daughters to the park. These are things that don't include me.
Going out at night to bars and clubs and other things, you would often tell her that she couldn't go out without you.
I would say that I know that if she were to just go out with her girlfriends, of course she could go out. But I know what the friend group consists of. It is not just girls. It is men that these women are sleeping with. And these are people that I'm supposed to be friends with, that my wife wants me to be friends with. So of course I'm not comfortable me being left out of that. So yes.
You sent Anna a text message on October 15th telling her, hope you and Ray enjoy each other, right?
When did I say that?
I'm asking you. I'm not showing you anything. I'm asking you. You sent her that text on October 15th, 2021.
I don't recall that text.
It's not a surprise to you that she and Ray would go out together, right?
Are you kidding me? I had no idea about it.
Looking in front of you at the packet 176, page 56. This was a text message series that you sent to Anna on October 15, 2021, telling her, by the way, when I Nikki, she was on her period, right?
Yeah.
So you were telling Anna that you did in fact have sex with Nikki.
Again, this is me just trying to hurt her emotionally.
And you were laughing at her. Ha, 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 ha.
Correct. Because I wanted her to feel somewhat of the pain that I was feeling.
Unreal. We all know people like this. And this guy's just an example as to what it can ultimately turn into when you have someone this narcissistic.
About our situation, the situation of our relationship.
There's multiple text messages that Anna sent you, including October 18th, 2021, where she said to you, I don't love you. Correct?
Sure, yeah.
Multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
In those days before the shooting, correct?
Right. But she also has told me that she does love me.
I'm asking you.
Okay, and I'm telling you.
It's in none of these texts, correct?
Not specifically in those texts, no.
On October 19th, you were harassing her. See, this is People's 176, page 41. You were harassing her and telling her you're coming over to the apartment, and she told you to leave her alone. This is harassment, right?
Mm-hmm. I would say.
Yes.
You texted her that, right?
Sure, yes.
But she didn't want anything to do with you, and you just kept badgering her, correct?
I wanted to see her at times, yes.
And you felt, you felt that you would go to jail if you ever saw Anna with another man. That's
Look,
what you said, correct?
I said that, but that's, what does that mean? I mean, it doesn't say anything about me wanting to end someone's life. It just says I'd go to jail. Maybe I'd go crazy and punch somebody. I mean, this is something my dad used to say a lot. And
But
I
you
just say it.
didn't punch Ray. You shot him, correct?
I didn't even know Ray was involved until I walked in.
All right.
What's that?
Multiple times, Anna told you she wanted a restraining order against you, correct?
It was an empty threat.
Okay. On multiple dates in September and October of 2021, Anna told you she wanted a restraining order against you.
She also told me she actually got one.
She told you she wanted one, correct?
She told me she actually got one.
She wanted a restraining order because you were abusive to her, correct?
No, because I've had instances where I was physical with her.
What?
And you convinced her time and time again not to get one, right?
I may have only convinced her once or twice, but
Oh,
there was
only once or twice?
But there was a point in time where she told me she specifically got the TRO, and I looked up how TROs work, and I was never served paperwork.
My question.
So what has that got to do with things? Ultimately, she's trying to keep you away from her. So respect that. Don't just do as you want to do. Respect that.
Question to you is you wanting to convince her not to get one, not whether she got one, you convincing her not to get one.
I don't know whether or not I convinced her, but I certainly told her that there would be consequences on our life. Like as far as my job, my clearance, I was the only provider financially.
And she had every right to get a restraining order against you, correct?
Absolutely.
And you did not want her to.
Of course I wouldn't want.
And you told her multiple times in text messages not to get a restraining order against you, correct?
I probably advised or asked her not to get one.
And you also told her multiple times, either over the phone or in person, not to get a restraining order against you, correct?
I can't recall that.
The state also questioned Ali's seemingly targeted plans to go over to Anna's apartment with a loaded gun and 100 rounds of ammunition.
He went in there ready for something. You don't take that kind of weapon unless you plan on using it for the most part. He sounds like he's been volatile the entire time. The last thing this guy needs is a weapon of any kind.
You decided to drive straight to the Spire apartment from the hotel once you heard Anna with another man, correct?
Yeah.
And you were planning to surprise them and not let them know you were there, correct?
I wanted to find out what was going on, yes.
You sent a text to your friend Sammy around 2:36 p.m. There's another man at my apartment, dude, right? Correct?
Correct.
And you said, do not contact her.
Creepy.
Correct?
Yes.
Creepy.
So you already knew that she was with another man, correct?
I heard her with another man.
You continued to drive to the Spire apartment despite already knowing Anna was with another man, correct?
I did.
With a weapon.
You left your hotel and loaded your gun, correct?
That's not true.
Mm-hmm.
Your gun was loaded, correct?
No, there was a magazine in it because I was actively carrying the last few days. There was already a magazine with bullets in it, but there was no round in the chamber at any point.
Your gun was loaded, correct?
It was not ready to be fired.
You could have gone to the Spire apartment without your gun, correct?
I could have.
Should have.
You purposely went there with your gun loaded, correct?
I already had it on my pants, but I thought about whether I should bring it, but I thought it would be be safer if I brought it.
You actually did not have the gun on your pants because you had been sleeping, correct?
My pants were on the floor with my gun attached to the belt. Like I said, as soon as I heard this audio, I wasn't sitting there listening. I was like a fireman, just ready, just jumping into my pants. The gun was already on my, I was out the door.
You made the decision to put your pants on that had a loaded gun and drive to the Spire apartment, correct?
He is not helping himself by questioning. I don't know. It was in the chamber, but no, you know what? I had a magazine in there and I've got this and I've got that, but it wasn't in the chamber. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, buddy. You are, I hope he goes away for a long, long, long time.
That was the pants that was readily available. That was what I was wearing.
And you made sure you had extra magazines and over 100 rounds of ammunition, correct?
That's what I had in my safe ever since Virginia. First of all, that wasn't even near me. That was in the back of my Jeep in a safe.
You had all that ammunition and 3 magazines when you drove to the Spire apartment, correct?
It was in my safe, but I didn't bring it with me to the apartment.
Well, you brought your gun with a loaded magazine, correct?
That's how you conceal carry. It was already there. It was already on there.
Do you have a concealed carry permit in California?
No, I don't, but I was actually in the process of.
Oh, so you were actually legally carrying the gun.
So he doesn't even have that on him legally. Unreal. This guy, like I said, the red flags all over the place.
Correct?
In that moment, in those few days, yes.
Ali admitted on the stand once he saw Rayburn and Anna on the couch together, the seeming betrayal turned into rage when he fired off the 6 separate shots into his estranged wife and her friends' heads.
So you pushed the door open, and that's when you looked over and you noticed
6 shots, guys. This wasn't a reaction, in my personal opinion, not an unexpected one. Why would you take in a situation like that? It's just as easy to unclip it from your belt as it is easy to put it on. So, I mean, come on.
that Anna was not in the bedroom. She was on the couch, correct?
So when I went into the house, I was startled by the fact that, yes, they were on the couch.
Okay. And so you said that you first saw Anna, but you couldn't see the man, right?
Yeah, because he was leaned back.
Okay. Because Anna was leaning forward and blocking your view of the man, correct?
She had turned like this to look at me.
Okay.
Go ahead and make record of that. He turned to his left side.
Thank you. Okay, so you said Anna turned to her left and then she noticed you, correct?
Yes.
All right, so once Anna turned to the left and noticed you, that's when Ray leaned his head forward, right?
He removed his arm and then leaned forward to see who was at the door.
Okay, so Ray leaned forward and then that's when you first noticed that it was Ray, right?
Immediately, yes.
All right, so you noticed it was Ray and then you said that's when Ray did this nod, like you mentioned it yesterday. He nodded up in the air.
Yeah, he kind of just he had his eyebrow arched and he went like, "What's up?"
Okay, and that made you mad, right?
Him being there, him being anywhere involved in this, is what I never imagined that in a million years. Just his whole involvement, just seeing his face just did something to me.
Okay.
That was like the straw that broke the camel's back mentally. I mean, I don't know what happened.
Oh my God. So nothing like victim blaming, right? He is basically trying to say that her actions are what caused her passing. There is not one thing out there that justifies what he did to either one of them. But somehow these guys, they're able to twist things around in their mind to make it basically that nothing is ever their fault. It's a horrible thing to be watching. Somebody that is that heartless, and to figure that he's been out there on social media for how long, and basically nobody picks up on this. I don't think it's for lack of sight. As far as subscribers go, I just think these guys are really, really good at hiding what they're capable of. Just my opinion.
Something just snapped, and I.
So then you said that once you noticed Ray and then he did that head nod, then you said that you felt betrayed, right?
I felt, of course, it's like a betrayal, yes.
Okay. And then you testified that at that moment when you were looking at Anna and Ray, you felt betrayed and you said you didn't expect that Anna would do that to you, correct?
I was sharing some of the feelings, how I felt about the situation. I may not have felt that in the exact moment because of how fast it happened. But when I testified yesterday, I got really emotional. So I may have interjected some after feelings about this.
Okay. But in the moment, you were processing your feelings and realizing that Anna had betrayed you, right?
No. So let me put it this way. I opened the door. Anna. Ray.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
That's exactly how fast it happened.
But I'm asking you about what you testified to yesterday. You testified that all of these things happened and then you were processing the fact that Anna had betrayed you, correct?
No, I was not processing. There was no time for me to process. I just My brain was like a caveman in that moment. Anna, man, Ray. We went from a man to identifying Ray.
The prosecution played audio from Nest camera footage from a nearby apartment of the shooting, where the state says after Ali fired off the half-dozen shots, he shouted the word respect.
You heard that word respect, correct?
I didn't hear anything.
Before you shot Anna, you told her essentially that she wasn't respecting you, correct?
That is false.
That is not a female voice saying respect, correct?
That is not, there's nobody saying respect in there.
That is not Ray saying respect because he's already dead, correct?
I do not know the status of Ray, but there's nobody saying respect in that audio.
That's what you said to Anna, and then you killed her.
Can you play it closer to the last shot, please?
I'm not going to keep playing it, but that's what you heard on the recording, correct?
I mean, it's distracting when I have to sit there and listen to me, go out of the elevator. Can we just play it right before the shooting, please?
I'm asking you a question.
Because all I heard was,
You cannot ask me anything. I'm asking you. Before you shot Anna in the head, you said respect to her.
I did not say that.
And you shot her because she had disrespected you and was with Ray, correct?
No.
Right after you shot Anna in the head, you pushed her head down into Ray's lap, right?
Oh, good. I'm not going to tolerate this.
Not going to tolerate
That's what you did, right?
They scrubbed my hands. They scraped my nails for any DNA.
You
No
pushed
blood,
her.
no skin, no hair. Come on.
Objection, non-responsive. Move to strike. You pushed her head down into Ray's lap, so that's how they would be found, correct?
No.
After the murders, Ali admitted to sending the graphic murder photos to both of his parents. Then the prosecution questioned him about his possible plans to cover up his role in the murders.
And you already on that.
What? Just unreal.
That call started planning a defense for yourself, right?
Say it again.
You started planning a defense for yourself, right?
No, my main priority was to alert the police and to send them to the right location to send paramedics in an attempt to save their lives.
You called 911 and you were calm at the beginning of the call, correct?
Again, this is me just trying to be calm.
And you told the 911 dispatcher that you had just found your wife and another man shot, correct?
I did. That's just what came out. I didn't anticipate having to make a 911 call that day.
Oh my God. Unreal, guys. I can't imagine. I'd be a mess if I lost my hubby and he was my ex. I wouldn't be the one that's out there causing it and then trying to deny it. You don't take the law into your own hands. You don't go up pew-pewing your wife. You can't justify your actions there, buddy.
I didn't anticipate. I didn't know, like, should I say it now? Or because I'm thinking about Anna, I'm thinking about Ray, but I'm also thinking about Amira alone in school. I didn't know somebody was scheduled to pick her up. I thought Anna was going to do that. So my mind is, I need a little time. I just need to go coordinate with my parents and fix the Amira situation.
You already started lying on the 911 call, correct?
I wasn't fully truthful, yes. But I wasn't trying to hide anything.
You said to the 911 dispatcher that it was so horrible just finding them, correct?
I said that I couldn't breathe at the sight of it, which is very true, especially when I went in the second time.
You didn't tell the 911 operator that what you had done was the horrible thing, correct?
I did not mention that I had did it, yes.
Then he picked up his young daughter from school and admitted to the young girl he killed.
Just a beautiful, beautiful woman. And now look, we're at the same situation as we've been in so many of these cases. The mother is no longer with us, and the dad is locked up for however long, and she's got to live with the repercussions of all of his actions. It's a story that we hear over and over and over, and I don't know how or if there is a way to prevent this from happening in the future.
Killed her mom.
So you loaded Amira into your car and you were smiling, right?
What?
No, it's incorrect.
You heard testimony about you picking Amir up and you were smiling.
Yes,
right?
I know Julia said that. I did not know she was even seeing me there, but first I went to the window where there's a staff. And I said, there's an emergency. I need to pick up my daughter. I was on the phone with my dad on speaker the whole time.
Objection, non-responsive.
I'm trying to explain the situation.
Fine, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. No, I'm just, she said I was smiling, so I just wanted to say it took a pretty decent amount of time for them to get Amira. And they also told me, well, somebody else is scheduled to pick her up. This is strange. I'm like, look, I don't know anything about that. Just please just give me Amira. I'm on the phone with my dad. We're trying to figure out something, what to do. Eventually they bring Amira out. I don't want to scare my daughter. I don't want to startle her. So I was trying to be cordial. I was trying to stay focused, but I wasn't even able to do that because as soon as I was holding her hand and we're walking, the first thing out of her mouth is, "Where's mom?" And that really hurt me. That really, I couldn't keep my composure out there. I was like, "No, Amira, please don't ask me about mom right now. Please don't ask me."
What? Please don't ask me about mom, Amira. Please don't ask me. Give me a break, man.
Let's just get in the car. And then I put her in the car seat.
You told Amira that you killed her mother.
I did
correct?
not.
She knew that you killed her mother, correct?
I did not, and she did not know.
You were bragging about what you did to your child, correct?
Objection, the state's testimony is to child and argumentative.
I had not anticipated to tell her anything. I just wanted to drop her off. But it wasn't until I saw that the police were following me and I chose to pull over. I knew that this is probably going to be the last time I see my daughter for a long time. And I didn't want her to go without knowing what happened. So I just said the nicest way possible that wouldn't scare her, that wouldn't damage her. I said, "Amira, I hurt mommy. I have to go now."
Police arrested Ali with his young daughter in the backseat of the car and his.
What the hell is that? I hurt mummy. I've got to go now. That's not terrifying to a child. Oh my God, this guy.
Weapon used to kill her mother and friend on the floorboard of the vehicle. During closing arguments, the prosecution explained to the jury Ali deliberately planned the murders.
I have proven to you beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant intended to kill Anna and Ray. It was willful, deliberate, and premeditated.
Yep.
He carefully weighed his options. He thought about death days prior, weeks prior. He thought about life, and he chose death. He chose to kill. He decided to kill before he entered that apartment and shot Anna and Ray to death. First-degree murder has been proven beyond a reasonable doubt. He killed a human being with malice aforethought, express malice. You remember all the evidence in this case. Look at all the proof of his guilt. His gun, his ammunition, the videos, the audios, his admission, the evidence found in his phone, the evidence found in his social media.
Wow.
Every single witness that testified in this case proved how violent the defendant was.
But his defense team says Anna and Ali's relationship drove him off the edge.
I started my opening at the very beginning of this case by saying that Ali was driven to the brink, and that this was even recognized by law enforcement officers who interviewed him after the shooting. The human heart is very complicated. That's probably something that we all know and that we can all relate to. And in this case, there are complicated things going on for both Anna and Ali. And unfortunately, Anna brought Ray into their complicated lives. When it comes to our feelings and our behaviors and the way that we react to those feelings and our emotions, things aren't always black and white. And sometimes our feelings, our emotions, and our reactions take us to places that we never thought we would go, light or dark. Ali Boulabon is not a murderer. Yes, he killed Anna, the woman he loved, the mother of his beautiful daughter, Amira, and he killed Ray, a man with whom Anna was having an affair. And he cannot undo what he has done, but he did not murder them.
What?
He is not a murderer.
Since Ali admitted to the killings, the jury was tasked with deciding whether Ali was guilty of first-degree murder, second-degree murder, or manslaughter. And after weeks of hearing evidence and listening to testimony, the California jury came to their decision.
In the Superior Court of the State of California, in and for the County of San Diego, the people of the State of California, plaintiff versus Ali Nasser Abulaban, defendant, case number SCD 292181, verdict. We, the jury in the above entitled cause, find the defendant, Ali Nasser Abulaban, guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree of Rayburn Cardenas.
Silence.
Of Rayburn Cardenas Barong in violation of Penal Code Section 187, parent A, as charged.
That was not a happy look. Huh.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah,
In count 2 of the information. And we further find the allegation that in the commission and attempted commission of the above offense, the defendant, Ali Nasser Abulaban, intentionally and personally discharged a firearm, to wit, a handgun, and approximately caused great bodily injury and death to a person within the meaning of Penal Code Section 12022.53, parent D, to be true. Special circumstance as to count.
Look at that face.
Further find the allegation against the defendant, Ali Nasser Abulaban, that he has in this proceeding been convicted of more than one offense of murder in the first or second degree within the meaning of Penal Code Section.
He looks like he's going to cry. Not such a big boy now.
190.2, parent A, parent 3, to be true. Dated May 29th, 2024, jury 4-person. Same title, same cause, verdict. We, the jury in the above entitled cause, find the defendant, Ali Nasser Abulaban, guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree of Anna Abulaban in violation of Penal Code Section 187, parent A, as charged in count 1 of the information.
Right, Jazz?
And we further find the allegation that in the commission and attempted commission of the above offense, the defendant, Ali Nasser Abulaban, intentionally and personally discharged a firearm, to wit, a handgun, and approximately caused great bodily injury and death to a person within the meaning of Penal Code Section 12022.53, parent D, to be true. Special circumstance as to count 1 and 2, and we further find the allegation against the defendant, Ali Nasser Abulaban, that he has in this proceeding been convicted of more than one offense of murder in the first or second degree within the meaning of Penal Code Section 190.2, parent A, parent 3, to be true. Dated May 28th, 2024, jury 4-person. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, was this and is this your verdict as I have just read to you? Yes.
Now the once rising TikTok personality will have to face sentencing as he faces the rest of his life behind bars.
So now we're waiting for sentencing on this guy. So I'm just going to pop us over here because I find this kind of interesting.
Guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree.
You can hear the cheers in the courtroom as the judge read the guilty verdict in the trial of Ali Abulaban. The once rising TikTok star has now been convicted of 2 counts of first-degree murder in the shooting deaths of his estranged wife, Anna, and the man
He's
she was
crying.
seeing. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us for the news at 4. I'm Catherine Garcia.
I'm Monica Dean. Jurors began deliberating Friday afternoon, then all day yesterday. They reached a verdict before noon today.
Besides the 2 counts of first-degree murder, Abulaban also faced a special circumstance of committing multiple murders. Jurors found that to be true, meaning he can be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Abulaban broke down in tears.
Literally, the guy is in tears. Are you kidding me?
As the judge finished reading the verdicts, his attorney tried to console him during the trial. Abulaban took the stand for 3 days of profanity-laced testimony where he said his drug use and mental health problems contributed to him snapping and committing the murders. NBC7's Kelvin Henry was in the courtroom for this afternoon's verdict. He's live downtown. Kelvin, I understand you spoke with a family member of one of the victims in this case.
And now, guys, I sure did. But before I get to that, I would like to bring you into the courtroom to give you a little more color into what the atmosphere was like. And like you just heard, when the
Did they ever cheer? And the look on his face. Oh, la.
Verdict was read. There were loud, raucous cheers of family members who were happy that he is now convicted. Now, I can tell you that Ali began sitting there expressionless, but after a while, he began crying uncontrollably. And now, like you mentioned, I spoke to some family members, and now they say they finally have justice for their loved ones.
The defendant, Ali Nasser Abulaban, guilty.
And just like that, it's over.
Crime of murder in the first degree.
The end of a years-long search for justice wraps up with the conviction of Ali Abulaban for the killings of Anna Abulaban and Rayburn Barron.
Finally, my brother and Anna got a little bit of justice.
The sister of the victim, Rayburn Barron, says it was difficult being face-to-face with the suspect in the courtroom.
That was very hard. That it was just too much. But we got through it, and the whole family is here supporting.
Ali Abulaban's conviction on both counts of first-degree murder with special circumstances, meaning he is facing up to life in prison without parole. But Julia Stuntz, who is Anna Abulaban's best friend, says the time is nothing compared to what both families are facing.
It's just the relief. We've been waiting almost 3 years for this.
Oh my God.
Jordana Barron says she has no words for the suspect now that the trial is over.
I wouldn't even talk to him. I wouldn't even address him or look at him.
But she thinks about her brother and Anna every day.
That I love him very much and that I miss him every day.
Yeah, this is what happens. All these people are left to grieve now. Yeah, he's going to the Hooskow, but these two are still gone. You know, so may they rest in peace. I hope their families are feeling a little bit of justice has been served. We will wait and see what the sentencing ends up being. But by the way it's sounding to me, everything was avoidable, I guess would be the word. This should never have happened. He had no right to be there. He had no right to bring a weapon into that situation, and he definitely had no right to unalive these two humans that he supposedly, the wife that he supposedly loved. You know, these poor people, they're gone. Little girl ends up with no mom, sisters, family of both of them. I hope that they find some sort of peace with this. So guys, thank you very much for being here with me. I'll keep my eyes peeled if I see anything as far as the sentencing goes. I'd love to be able to share that with you. Don't forget, Karen Reed is back on Monday after a long, long weekend. And yeah, so don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Hit that bell. My streaming is very random, and I'll see you in the next one soon. Bye.